All right, Jules, let's get into this a little bit more. And let's start with the Virgil van Dijk red card. Because we talk about mental errors. When we go and normally it's Trent who gets crucified for defensive mistakes. And we've done that. Here was Virgil van Dijk. Now, Alexander Isak is through. He's just outside the box. Van Dijk is late with a tackle. And when you watch it, it looks to me like he's late with the tackle, in part because he's distracted, because to his left, on the other side, Tonali's running through, and Andy Robertson is 3 steps behind him. Now, I love Tonali. Yeah. But I know for a fact he's not as fast as Robertson. Yeah. So did Robertson get caught up off the pitch? Did somebody miss their defensive movements? Am I making excuses for Virgil because I like Virgil?
No, I don't think so. I think he can see Isak on his right, and basically, like you said, Tonali behind him on his left. I think he's in between because if the ball goes to Tonali, he's there. He steps in and intercepts the ball. And he must be thinking, I'm also okay with Isak. But I think he should be only focused on Isak because, like you said, when I think Robertson, who's late and who's at fault, would catch Tonali. And even if Tonali gets the ball, he's still quite wide compared to the ball, compared to Isak. So I think there's an error of judgment from Van Dijk not to focus solely on Isak. And then, for me, he just takes him out. He swipes at him like in judo, when you like... Yeah.
There's no question that it's a foul. So to me, the debate is it a denial of goal-scoring opportunity? And I think you just have to look at it is if he doesn't foul him, is Isak likely to score? If he doesn't foul him, he's one-on-one with Alisson.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can say, oh, but it's Alisson. Yeah, but I know.
And on top of that, there's the red for Trent that was not given, obviously, which I'm sure played in the referee's mind.
That hadn't occurred to me that...
I'm not saying it's compensation, but...
It really should not have.
No, it should not have, but I'm sure, as we've said, I mean, you know that's my theory all the time.
Because if you start thinking that way, then if I'm Klopp, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, send off Trent, but leave us Virgil, right? I mean, I don't, at least defensively.
Yeah, but like, I think the referee realized very quickly that he made a mistake by not sending off Trent. Like he should have.
I want to get into
But what's happening with Van Dijk? Just briefly, quickly. Because last season was not good. And he was not good collectively as for a team as Liverpool overall. He was not good individually at all. We saw him with the Netherlands being pretty bad in the Nations League as well at the end of the season. And now his start of the season is not very good either. Like,
I thought it was better. It was a better start to the season this year. Now, obviously, he made a big mental error here, and he cost them. And from what I'd heard, he's not stupid. He knows the season he had last year, and that he had doubled down in preseason. Mm-hmm. And, was ready to really go back to the level he was at, probably pre-injury. And I thought he was headed that way. But something like this, I think, can be a real blow now because now he's out for, you got the international break, then he's going to have the suspension. So, we're not going to probably see him until late September again.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to play, you would think, in Europe, I guess.
Yeah, no, obviously, yeah.
But in the league, yeah.
One Champions League game.
Yeah.
Europa League even.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering if there was also a time where he was that good because the midfield ahead of him was that good. Now that the midfield is not that good anymore, we see a bit more of the flows that he has in his game at his age now.
You know what we need? Because obviously the midfield before was so good. We need some stats nerd to come up and give us data on situations that Virgil dealt with before. Yeah. With kind of the original... the Wijnaldum, Henderson midfield. Yeah. And now, and see what the difference is. Yeah. Midfield now, a work in progress. Obviously, we saw Endo in there. Again, hard to judge because you go down to 10 men after half an hour. But I thought they really struggled. Even at 10v11. As I mentioned before, Eddie Howe said, we were better at 11v11. He's like, yeah, no, you're not. It's just something you say, and obviously you threw it away at the end. In fact, Almiron had a hat trick of chances, as we said. Yeah. And I thought Liverpool really struggled to keep them out until later when he made the changes, but even that was more a case of intermittent pressing, which Liverpool did really, really well, and they were rewarded.
I think Klopp's substitution really, and to be fair, Klopp must have said to the players, listen, as long as we stay in the game 1-0, we will have at some point we will have a chance because of what we have on the bench. And when you can bring Jota, Darwin, and Elliott and bring their energy and what they can do, even at 10 against 11, and play on the counter, they played with. We only had 3 players attacking, sometimes 4, and that was it. And that was enough sometimes to put a bit of chaos into the Newcastle box and or around the box, because Salah, Jota, and Darwin, or Salah, Jota, Diaz, whatever, are just that good individually, and they can take you on and dribble and everything. So credit to Klopp, because his substitutions were really good and it worked because they stayed in the game, because Alisson kept them in the game for so long. Which, as we said before, was not the same for Eddie Howe, who I think messed up completely his substitutions and the balance of the game.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.